We will now take a very good problem from hyperbola which has been asked in JEE Advanced 2020 paper 2. The question says let A and B be positive real numbers such that A is greater than 1 and B is less than A. Let P be a point in the first quadrant that lies on the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. Suppose the tangent to the hyperbola at P passes through the point 1, 0 and suppose normal to the hyperbola at P cuts off equal intercept on the coordinate axis. Let delta denotes the area of the triangle formed by the tangent at P, normal at P and the x-axis. If E denotes the eccentricity of the hyperbola, then which of the following statements are true? That means we need to identify which of them are the correct options. This is a very standard problem of coordinate geometry. Generally, the problems which has been asked in coordinate geometry are more of procedural in nature. That means if you just follow the process what is given in the question, you will automatically get the answer. Like in this question, they have first given a hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1, which is a very standard hyperbola. So if I draw this curve, say along the coordinate axis, okay, so the hyperbola would be something like this. After this, the question says that we are drawing the tangent to the hyperbola at a point P. So I will assume any point P on this hyperbola, and if I draw a tangent at this point, say this becomes the tangent to the hyperbola at the point P, which is intersecting this hyperbola at a point T. Now it is saying that it passes through the point 1, 0. That means the tangent is intersecting the x-axis at the point 1, 0. Next thing he is talking about the normal, that the normal to the hyperbola at P. So I will draw the normal to the hyperbola at the point P. So it would be going something like this. I can extend it to the y-axis also. Now this normal can cut off the equal intercept at the coordinate axis. So normal here is a line which is making equal intercept to the coordinate axis. Now we know that any straight line, when it cuts off the equal intercept on the coordinate axis, the slope of that line becomes equal to minus of 1. Okay, this concept we need to understand before we solve this question. Now that means the slope of the normal, say Pn is the normal, then what is known to us is the slope of the line joining P to N. So this slope is equal to minus 1 because it is making equal intercept along the axis. Second important thing is we also know that tangent and normal both are always perpendicular to each other. That means what would be the slope of the tangent PT? The slope of the tangent will be the negative reciprocal of the slope of the normal. So minus 1 upon minus 1, that is equal to 1. So the slope of the tangent. So this gives us the information about the slope of the tangent to the hyperbola. Okay, and then what it is saying is it is talking about the area of the triangle at the point P between the normal Pn, tangent Pt, and along the x-axis. That means they are asking us delta is the area of the triangle PTN, and then they are asking us which is the correct answers. Now here if I assume the parametric coordinate of the point P as say a sec theta, b tan theta, then what would be the equation of the tangent at the point P? That means what is the equation of the tangent PT? It is simply x times sec theta divided by a minus y times tan theta divided by b is equal to 1. This is the equation of the tangent at the point P. Now this tangent is first of all passing through the point 1, 0 as given in the question. What I will put? I will put x is equal to 1, y equal to 0 because 1 comma 0 will satisfy the equation of the tangent. So putting x is equal to 1 and y equal to 0, what I get is 1 into sec theta divided by a is equal to 1. That means sec theta becomes equal to, this full thing becomes 0 because y equal to 0 and I put x is equal to 1. So sec theta becomes equal to a, 1 into a, that is equal to a. Sec theta becomes equal to a. Now this is the first information we got, that a is equal to sec theta. Now second important thing is this slope of the tangent, as we have seen the slope of the tangent line PT is equal to 1, that means the slope of this line is equal to 1. Okay, now what is the slope of this tangent PT? I will take it as minus of sec theta upon a divided by the coefficient of y, which is minus of tan theta upon b, minus of tan theta upon b. This is the slope of the line PT, which is here sec theta is equal to a. So if I write sec theta equal to a, these two quantities will be cancelled, minus minus is also cancelled, this value is equal to 1 means your b becomes equal to tan theta. So another important result we got, sec theta is equal to a and tan theta is equal to b. Now this way we can write down the coordinate of the point P as in terms of trigonometric form. How will we write? Because this point is a sec theta, b tan theta. If I write a as sec theta and b as tan theta, the same coordinate can be written as sec theta into sec theta, which is sec square theta, and because b is tan theta into tan theta is tan square theta. So the coordinate of P can also be written as sec square theta comma tan square theta. This becomes the coordinates of the point P. So we got the point P. Now if we know this point, then what can we conclude from this particular information? They are saying what would be the eccentricity. We can comment on the eccentricity of the hyperbola. The eccentricity of the hyperbola is given by the formula E square will be equal to 1 plus b square by a square, 1 plus b square by a square for the standard hyperbola. So we get 1 plus, what is b here? B is tan theta, so I will write it as tan square theta divided by a. What is a here? A is sec theta, so divided by sec square theta. Now here you see tan square theta is sin square theta upon cos square theta and sec square theta is 1 upon cos square theta. So in numerator and denominator, the cos square theta will get cancelled out. You will get e square is equal to 1 plus sin square theta. Now in the option, he is asking us to comment on the value of e will lie in which interval. So we can here find out the value of e square is 1 plus sin square theta, and sin theta lies between 0 and 1. Sin square theta lies between 0 and 1. So our 1 plus sin square theta, 1 plus sin square theta would lie between 1 plus 0 and 1 plus 1. That means it will lie between 1 plus 0 is 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1, which is 2. So our e square lies in the interval from 1 to 2. That means we can say e will lie between 1 and root 2, because e square lies between, this is nothing but e square, this is actually nothing but the value of e square. So because e square lies between 1 and 2, e should lie between 1 and root 2. So we got the value of e between 1 and root 2, which is matching with our option A. So option A is the right answer to this question. So option A is right, so obviously option B is wrong. Now we need to find out the area of the triangle PTN. What would be the area? So for that, first we will find out the equation of the normal at the point P. Now we know the slope of the normal is equal to -1. We also know that the normal passes through the point P, whose coordinate we have written it as sec square theta comma tan square theta. So what would be the equation of the normal at the point P? That is, the equation of the line Pn will be given by, you can use the point slope form. So which is y minus y1 is tan square theta is equal to slope of the normal, which is equal to -1 multiplied by x minus x1 is sec square theta. So if I take everything on one side, this minus of x comes on left becomes x, and this is plus y becomes equal to minus tan square theta comes on the right, we get tan square theta, and this is plus sec square theta. So the equation of the normal becomes x plus y equal to tan square theta plus sec square theta, which is the equation of the line Pn. Now with this we can find out the coordinates of the point n, because this line intersect the x-axis where y equal to 0. If I put y equal to 0 in the equation of the line, we get the x coordinate of the point n as sec square theta plus tan square theta. Now what we need is the area of the triangle PTN, which is half of base into height. So first we will find out the distance from T to N. So what is the distance from T to N? It will be this whole thing, means the difference in the x coordinate of n and the x coordinate of t. X coordinate of n is sec square theta minus tan square theta, and x coordinate of t is 1, and we know that this is sec square theta plus tan square theta minus 1. So sec square theta minus 1 is tan square theta, and tan square theta plus tan square theta will give you 2 tan square theta. So the distance from t to n is 2 tan square theta, and we know that tan theta is equal to b, so I can write it as 2b square. That means this distance Tn becomes equal to 2b square. And what would be the height of this triangle? The altitude of this triangle will be the y coordinate of the point P, correct? And the y coordinate is tan square theta. So again we know that tan theta is equal to b, so y coordinate is tan square theta. That means the distance from, let us say this is the point M, then this distance from P to M is equal to b square. Now what would be the area of the triangle PTN? It is simply half of base into height. So I will write this area as delta S, half of the base, which is equal to 2b square here, and the altitude, which is b square. So this 2 and 2 gets cancelled out, we will get b square into b square, which is b raised to the power 4. So the area of the triangle is b to the power 4. So our option D is correct, option C is the wrong answer. So the final answer to this question is option A and option D. So A and D will be the right answers to this question.